Hello everyone again. Welcome back. Uh last time we talked about Acts chapter 23 verses 12 to 15. So now we'll review that one more time, read it again, and then head back to 16 to 22. Acts chapter 23, 16 to 22 today. Review. Okay, the whole thing is about Acts chapter 23, verse 12 to 22. We'll talk about a plot to kill Paul. When it was a day, the Jews make a plot and bound him themselves by an oath neither to eat nor drink until they had killed Paul. There was a more than 40 who make this conspiracy. They, they, they went to the chief priests and elders and say, "We have strictly bound ourselves by an oath to taste no food until we have killed Paul. Now therefore you, along with the council, give notice to the tribune to bring him down to you, as though you were going to determine his case more exactly. We are ready to kill him before he come near." So that's review. Now today, verse 16. Now the son of Paul's daughter's son, not Paul's daughter. Oh, didn't wear my glasses. So okay. So later. Let me try one more time. Now the son of Paul's sister heard of their ambush, so he went down and entered the barricade and told Paul. Paul called one of the centurions and said, "Take this young man to the tribune, for has something to tell him." So he took him and brought him to the tribune and said, "Paul, the prisoner, called me and asked me to bring this young man to you, as he has something to say to you." The tribune took him by the hand and going aside, asked him privately, "What is that you have to tell me?" And he says, "The Jews have agreed to ask you to bring Paul down to the council tomorrow, as though they were going to inquire somewhat more closely about him." 21. But do not be persuaded by them, for more than 40 of their men are in lying in ambush for him, who have bound themselves by an oath, neither to eat nor drink till they have killed him. And now they are ready, waiting for your consent. So the tribune dismissed the young man, charging him, "Tell no one that you have informed me of these things." Okay, so from 16 to 16, it talk about the son of Paul's sister. Nothing is known about Paul's family. They probably moved to Jerusalem when Paul was young. Okay, you can see that in Acts chapter 22, verse 3. Verse 3. The high priest Ananias commanded those who stood by him to strike him on the mouth. Right. So let's see. Is it over here, chapter 22 or no? Verse 3? Chapter 22. Oh, that is 23. Sorry, it's not chapter 20. It's not 20. I thought it's 22, verse 3. Chapter 22, verse 3. See, I am a Jewish, born in Tarsus in Cilicia, but brought up in this city, educated at the feet of Gamaliel, according to the strict manner of the Lord of our fathers, being zealous for God, as all of you are in this city. So that is like talk about some of Paul's background, right? He was a Jewish, born in Taurus, okay? Taurus in where? In Cilicia, and then educated at the feet of Gamaliel, well-known rabbi. Okay, and according to the strict manners of the Lord of our fathers. Okay, and then what else? Being zealous for God. See, a lot of Jewish people are what I love about them is that they're zealous for God, as all of you are in these days. See, he's trying. See, have you ever think about being zealous for God in God's kingdoms, as all of you were today? Anyway, just receive by God's grace. Okay, so just let you know. And let's go back. Okay, let's go back. 23. Acts 23. Okay, go back over here. 27. I mean, we're up to 27, right? Let's see. No. 23. Oh, yeah, 23. Okay, let's go back. So we know from here, right? He entered the barricade, right? So from chapter 16, they want to as Paul's sister heard, Paul, the son of Paul's sisters, heard that of the ambush. So he went and entered the barricade and told Paul. So who's the one who went? Like son of Paul's sisters heard about the ambush. So he went and entered the barricade and told Paul. So is the Paul's sister's son. So son of Paul's sisters. Okay. He went and entered the barricade and told Paul. Okay. So he entered the barricade. That means the son of Paul's sisters entered the barricade. And as a Roman citizen, Paul was probably given generously visitation privileges. So being a Roman citizen at the time is a big deal, right? Remember the tripod before, like how he talked about he see, I bought this citizenship for large sum. So it doesn't mean like we don't buy citizenship, that kind of stuff. No. I'm talking about back then in the Jesus time. Okay, the tripod answer. I bought this citizenship for a large sum. Paul said, but I am a citizen. See, by birth, I'm a citizen by birth. Okay, so Paul in the Bible in this place, Paul, he was a citizen by birth. As a Roman citizen. He's a Roman citizen, okay? So we can tell that like as a Roman citizen, Paul was probably given a generously visitation privilege. So people can actually even in the barricade. Okay, so son of Paul's sisters heard their ambush, so he went and entered the barricade and told Paul, and then okay, Paul called one of the Sergeants and said, take this young man, take my sister's son, okay, take my sister's son, young man, to the tripod, and say, Paul the prisoner called me and asked me to bring this young man, okay, bring this young man to you. He has something to say to you. So he sent his sister's son of Paul's sister to send a message to the tripod, right? So okay, that's it, and then that's that. So explain 16 already. So verse 18. So he took and brought him to the tripod and said, Paul the prisoner called me. See, so he took him. So this young man has some to the swim, for he has something to tell you. So he took him. So the tripod took Paul's sister's son and brought him to the tripod. So wait, let me see, double confirm. Okay, I don't want to make it like Paul called one of the Sergeants and said, take this young man. So take this young man, take my sister's son to the tripod. He for the son of Paul's sister's son has something to tell him. So he is not okay. So he is one of the Sergeants. Okay. So one of the Sergeants took him. Who is him? Paul's sister's son of Paul's sister. Brought his son of Paul's sister to the tripod, right? The one who were afraid that Paul would be torn to pieces by them, command the soldier to take him and bring him to the barricade. That tripod, and tell him to say, Paul, the prisoner, had called me to ask you to bring this young man to you. So the Sanhedrin will say, Paul, one of the Sanhedrin will say, to the tripod, say, Paul, the prisoner, called me and asked me to bring his relative, son of Paul's sister, this young man, to you, as he has something to say to you. So you can see in chapter 23, verse 18, we can tell that the military show a great deference to their woman prisoner. Okay, according to here, right? You see this? Verse 28, study the note. Okay. Verse 23, the military show great deference to their woman's prisoner, as evidenced by the quick response of both of the Sanhedrins and the tripods. Okay, Lysias, okay, to Paul and his nephew. So another way, Paul's sister, son of Paul's sister, means what? Means Paul's nephew, right? See, so he's basically like, we basically recap is like this. Paul's nephew heard about their ambush, so he went and entered the barricade and told Paul, hey, and Paul is the one who calls one of the Sanhedrins and say, hey, take my nephew, okay, this young man, take my nephew, and to the tripod, for he has something to tell him. So the Sanhedrin took his nephew, and brought his nephew to the tripod, the one who afraid that Paul will return to pieces, put Paul in the barricade, right? Protect him for that. And the tripod said, Paul, the prisoner. So the Sanhedrin one of the Sanhedrins say to Paul, the prisoner, call me. Okay, ask me to bring his nephew, this young man, his nephew, to you, and he has something to say to you. The tripod took him by the hand, and going aside to ask him privately, what is that you have to tell me? Right? So continue. He said, the Jews has agreed to ask you to bring Paul down to the council tomorrow, as though they were going to inquire. Inquire means ask, okay? Inquire means asking somewhat more closely about him. So verse 21 says in Acts chapter 23, 21 says, but do not be persuaded by them. Why? You may ask why. Because for more than 40 of the men are lying in ambush for him, who have been bound by themselves and by an oath, neither to eat nor drink until they have killed him, and now they are ready, waiting for your consent. Anyway, this is devotion. Okay, so in real life, today my wife and I went to finish delivering of the turkey, and we also saw some wonderful Jewish, and we say hi to one another, and then and also this is just sharing of devotions. Okay, so and also it's fact too. Everything about like the Bible is fact. Okay, 2,000 years ago, and now this is about this is factual about what happened in Jesus' time. Okay, so I'm just sharing it, make a point, but at the same time make it clear that not trying to be against anybody over here. Okay, so anyway, let's go back to 21. But do not be persuaded by them, why? You may ask why. Because more than 40 of their men are lying in ambush for Paul, who has been bound themselves. So those 40 men are bound themselves by oath, neither, that means not eat, non-drink, or not drink until they have to kill him. And then now they are ready and waiting for your consent. Waiting for whose consent? The tripon's consent. And then so the tripon dismissed the young man, dismissed Paul's nephew, charging him, tell no one that you have informed me of these things. Okay, so that's the dialogue, conversations. Okay, from verse 21, we can tell that since the plot was a thought, right? No one wonders if the conspirator died of hunger or thirsty. Probably not. By Wabelic Lord, in the event of a vow become impossible to fulfill, those who under it will release from its term. See Machini and the Rem 303. Okay, 3 verse chapter 3 verse 3. Okay, I think so. So we know from 23, right? From 20. Okay, so that is about that. So I just want to share. So have you ever wondered so we know that from this one we know something about Paul. Has a nephew. Paul's sister, son of Paul's sister, have a nephew. Heard about the ambush. So and okay, this is an interesting map. So just want to guys point it out. Arrested imprisonment. As Paul arrested in Jerusalem, the Roman tripon learned of a plot by some Jewish to kill Paul. He transferred Paul to the Roman administrator city of Caesarea during the night under a heavy guard, going by the way of Antipatris. Okay, so and here too, it's kind of we see the strategian, one of the strategian, right, bring Paul's Matthew to see the tripon, and the tripon's name is over here. We can see it from the note is Lysias, right, to Paul. And then anyway, it's interesting. The more you dig, the more you know. Okay, so see you next time.